What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video, and thank you for joining me. Today we are on the road doing a parts install away from the Off-Wheel garage. We're here at Cali Moto, or A10 Moto, and we're going to be installing a set of Baja Designs LP6s and S1s. Let's check it out. So they were gracious enough to let us use this space and their tools to go ahead and install this stuff. So we're just gonna start by pulling off this front fairing, and my buddy Nick will take us from there. Dude, the back of my neck is so burned. Spent the entire day outside at Thrashing's event, cooked. See, the nice thing about these tabs already being broken by the guys at Harley is they don't have to worry about breaking them.
There you go.
Wow.
So that's the main bracket that holds the LP6 brackets and our little wings that fill in the fairing nice and tight.
All that work just to hide that bracket. Oh. Looks good though, the powder coat looks nice. Nice finish to it. I like that all the threads have already been chased out.
Well, there you go, man. There's your sticker, buddy. I've got it.
It's all in the knee technique here. Ah.
Oh, it was.
Nice. Just go ahead and drop that face down, Dan. Now I need to ship that home.
We'll adjust them if they're too high, too low. I mean, we set them at 87, 88 degrees, usually 87 and a half. You don't want to be in front of them. Bro, turn your brights off. Dude, yeah. That's my low beams.
That's honestly one of my main motivators for this, besides the looks, just being seen.
Before I like to get the lights all mounted up,
right?
To the main bracket, I'll get them kinda where I like them. So like, not right at 90, but it's a little less.
Leave them still a little tweakable.
Yeah, once it's on the bike, really all you got to do is adjust the outer or the front 7/16 and just kind of.
Okay. Sounds like me. This isn't how you should do it, but this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, you could pull your 50 amp and then reset everything on your bike, or you could just do that with the
Bro, I pull my 50 amp like every day. Every day it's something. Oh, the radio doesn't want to work today. Oh, today.
Let's pull the 50.
Yeah. Dude, I saw there are a couple people on the forum that have actually permanently wired in a switch for the 50 amp fuse so that they don't have to pull the 50 amp fuse. They can just hit the switch to hard reset their bike over and over and over again, as if that's healthy.
And then we tape the harness to that and just pull it straight through. Pray to Lord, baby Jesus, send it through, dude. Yeah, but the amber lenses would match fork tubes in your rear shock resins. The accents, dude. It's the accents.
We'll do the all yellow, all amber, and you
Worst comes to worst, dude, we'll fucking party one night in Arizona and swap your lenses.
Oh, that's perfect. I like that. You heard it. It'll already have happened for you guys, but yeah.
There's not too many guys running the all amber on the road.
So Dan's gonna pull there. There she goes.
Dan should have a little more slack on his end. We're just gonna let that hang there. So usually we don't want to yank this thing all the way out, but just enough so that way we can get our positive and negative hooked up. So
Sweet.
right there is probably plenty.
So this is the impressive harness that everybody's like, we wish we knew how this worked.
This is it.
This is the wizardry.
Now, since you probably have a larger following than our YouTube channels do, and install videos do, since I'm sure this will be in the install video, everyone asks what this wire is. What does this do? I've got my negative and positive that go to the battery, but what does my positive plug into? There's nowhere to plug it in on my bike. Well, it plugs into this. This is a fuse holder. It's got an eyelet on it that goes to your positive terminal on the battery. You just go, clicks in, and then we'll reroute it so it's nice and fancy.
Yeah, so that way the next time that I have to have electrical warranty work done on my motorcycle, because this bike's electrical system is a nightmare,
yeah,
then they won't say, oh wow, you did some haggard job. I say, no, that was Nick at A10 Moto. You should have seen the guy. He even used the tape backwards. You just did it. You did it for the funny. I get it. For the funny.
So in all of our harness bags, you'll receive a little fuse holder cap. So it's weatherproof, watertight. You got a 30 amp fuse, unless your harness calls for another amp fuse, and then a blue little clip. So I'm going to put the little blue clip on first. The open side's going to go towards the clip side. So you kind of slip it under and then pop it up. Now those wires are secure. You know, put in the 30 amp fuse and then the little cap. Let me kind of just tuck that away.
And we're going to use the tab that holds that cap to securely mount that fuse in a OEM location.
You got low beam, you got high beam. These are just running lights. Now, the one thing that I should mention, again, since you know your video will probably get more views than our install video, is the blue wire on either clutch side or brake side is going to be running light wire. The orange is going to be your turn signals. So that'll be your outer, unless you want your inner S ones to be turn signals, by all means, go for it.
So from start to finish, how long did it take you guys to design the bracketry and all of that? Because this whole fairing is completely different than...
Yeah, so the 23.5s were released, what, October-ish?
Right.
Of 23. So about 3 weeks after that, we picked one up and just started working on it. We finally, once we figured out the new BCM and how that worked and all that jazz, I think hard drop was about January of 24.
Which is
really
so, that's so like that. I mean, you guys ate up that entire market with that, because
yeah.
I mean, anybody that bought a new bike, you guys were the only option.
Absolutely.
So,
to my knowledge, we are currently the only aftermarket headlight manufacturer that has a fully functioning kit. I'm not saying there's guys working on stuff right now, but...
Like I talked to Custom Dynamics, they're like, oh yeah, we're working on it soon. Like, soon? It's been a year and a half.
So, just tightening things up, putting some zip ties on the S1 lights so that way you're not just all over the place. And then next is a game of Tetris. Kind of have to maneuver them in a certain way to get them in. Once you have the S1s installed, you could always do that part afterwards, or you do S1s after or before. I just like to put everything on the bracket and then kind of shimmy them in. That's what I find to be the easiest method.
Yeah, that's so clean.
And of course, since Jesse's all about race shit, we got to do some ARP bolts. Brother.
And I see that we have some nice honeycomb cut out there so that we still have air moving through our vents.
You still get your ventilation.
Which is all about, honestly, more than ventilation is the aerodynamics of the bike. You will get a wobble if you don't have airflow through those.
Yeah.
So, nice that we have that.
Yeah, we try to match. I mean, Harley does stuff for a reason.
Yeah.
And we try to match those reasons. When it comes to the bracket system, that's basically it, minus the front faceplate that we put in right here. I'll do that once it's on the bike.
What's that? That's 2, 4, 6. 6 S1s and 2 LP6s. All selective yellow.
All selective yellow. Not amber, Leonard. Shut up.
So I was actually going to mention that. Nick is a professional. He has done this a ton of times. I personally, if I was doing this, I would have been doing it by hand with a 1/4 inch drive, and I would suggest doing the same so that you don't end up stripping anything out. If you want to use power tools, sure. Taking stuff apart, sure, but putting stuff back together, unless you're really experienced and know your tool well, it's not worth the little bit of time that you're going to save when you just jack something up. So,
with impact,
yeah, just
straight yeeting it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you don't need Loctite because now you just made new thread. So what I like to do is get a couple threads into the bottom bracket, and you can totally just let this hang now. And this allows you to plug everything in without having to plug everything in and then mount the bracket. So I usually start with the LP6s.
And we did already test all of these lights before he's doing this final install now, so we do know that everything is functioning properly.
Not to our Ugga torque spec quite yet.
Yeah, I'm honestly really interested to see how much of my following loves it and how much of it hates it. Because there is a strong divide. Like, there are some people that are just like, dude, the stock headlight, that's the whole reason that I bought the new bike, was the new look, you know.
Before I even put this kit on my bike, I do a lot of riding at night in the hills. And this headlight is just like a flat beam. So when you're turning, that's all it is. So going through the corners, like, you can't see what's ahead of you.
Right.
So I just did S2s on the crash bar initially, and that was plenty. So like, if you're not willing to drop $2 grand on a headlight, just some crash bar lights.
Right.
Do it totally. So.
Which we went over like a year ago on this channel.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And they did make a good difference.
Yeah, you could start off with that. And then once you realize that you really like bright lights, then you'll want to do all that.
I think it looks stellar. It looks awesome. I'm so excited.
This is left-hand torque, guys. I am right-hand dominant, left-hand torque. Torque spec on this is 1. It's not quite. So not super bad. So right now we are at 85.5 degrees. We're going off now. So let's bring those guys up a little bit. We're at 88, so usually, like I said, we want to be at 87.5. Ideally, if you want to go straight 90 degrees, you can go straight 90 degrees and do that, dude. But
I think I like 87.5.
87.5 is nice because when you flick your high beam on, it doesn't shoot straight up in the air.
It's kind of nice watching someone else do an install because I'm not like...
That's what everyone in the world likes about your video. Oh, fuck, this guy did it all for me.
No.
Okay, now I know what I'm getting into.
Jeez. I feel the heat from here. I really do.
Trip button for a couple seconds, and then the amber backlight.
All right, you guys. Well, the install went extremely clean and quick. I didn't feel a thing as we watched as we watched Nick go through
I got all the knuckle busters. Dude.
So huge thank you to Nick. Definitely gonna have to buy him some drinks for this one. So greatly appreciate him staying late to get this done. The bike looks awesome. Do you have any final thoughts on this whole?
I just hope you like the all amber. Otherwise we'll be swapping out in Arizona, dude.
Yeah. So thank you again. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I can't wait to get it on the road and check it out. All right, that was a drastic jump. about 1,500 miles and 6 states later, I think I have enough time behind these headlights now to give you an in-depth review of what I think about them. Mostly, I love them. They are absolutely 100% better than the stock headlights. They are stupid bright. I'm gonna try to insert some clips if I can still find them of Dan and I riding from California to Arizona Bike Week, just so you can get an idea of just how bright they really are as I'm cruising next to him. They're lighting up his whole inner fairing, blinding the crap out of him. Unfortunately, that also means blinding the crap out of everybody else. I got high beamed by probably over half the semis going the same direction of travel as us from California to Arizona. That was pretty surprising to me because they're pretty up high, but these are not a DOT legal light. They do not have a cutoff. That's a blessing and a curse. They're extremely bright for me. I can see really well. I am seen really well, which is a positive to me. You know, my first plan of attack when I get pulled over for these lights, because I imagine I will just say, hey, look, you saw me. So if you're gonna write me the ticket, go ahead, you know. So I have been in contact with Nick, and supposedly there will be a adjustable dimmer harness for these lights coming in the near future. That will be something that I definitely explore. If you like the style of headlight kit, but you don't want to go with something that's not DOT legal, you can do something like the Custom Dynamics Shark Demon lights. They don't look nearly as good, but it's an option. I think there may be 1 or 2 other options out there. I don't know what they are. I like the Baja Designs ones. They're kind of the OGs with this setup, and it's unmatched. Like, it just looks so freaking good. It makes the bike look really aggressive. It's a really clean example of, you know, what you can do to change these front ends. So overall, I love them. Just know that you are going to be blinding everybody. I mean, even during the daylight, there are times where people high beam me and it's like, it is that bright. So if you're wondering, like, no, you're going to get high beamed by over half the people that go by you in the opposite path of travel, especially at night. During the day, you'll probably get a few little high beam flicks here and there. So if that's something you're willing to deal with, these headlights are awesome. Highly suggest it. The kit is flawless. I don't get any you know, warning lights on the dash or anything like that. So they've got that down to a science. I'm sorry that I didn't do a better job of filming during the install. It was a very long day. That was the day that we went to Thrashin's event, their open house, and then we rode all through LA, ended up with my cam sensor failure at the shop, trying to get that diagnosed, just a wild range of emotions. And then once the bike was running fine, took it over to Nick and we installed them. So that was a very, very long day, and we were already a week into our trip. So I think we're about ready to wrap things up. One thing that I did want to mention is I paid 100% for this kit out of pocket. I was in no way compensated to go to the shop and install this and show you guys it, other than Nick being gracious enough to install it for free. So just keep that in mind. This is an honest review with $2,200 of my own money. I actually still have to ship my headlight home and pay for that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment with any questions or concerns you have down below. Let me know what you think. Would you buy this kit? Would you not? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Whatever you got, let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe. We got some boxes right over here, some new parts for the Road Glide. I'm in the middle of filming a T-bar install on the Dyna. Lots more coming. Catch you guys in my next off week.